Hi folks, Donnie D here. I wanted to make a review video for you this morning on an item I just purchased fairly recently. This time it's an air gun. Reason I make videos on air guns and post them on the shooting forums and own them, and I don't own many. I have maybe 5, I believe it is. I've said it before, I want to reiterate it again. To me, I find them to be an invaluable aid and resource in helping me to improve my shooting skills and enjoy the shooting sports. And to give you just one example of how that helps me is I've only had this rifle a little less than a month, I believe, but I've had the opportunity to shoot it quite a bit, mainly because I don't have to take it to the range to shoot it. I can just step out my back door pretty much any time of the day or night and fire away. Doesn't make that much noise, and a little bit easier to control, maybe safety wise, than although it is a pretty powerful gun, than a real gun. But I do want you to understand something. I'm not saying that you substitute real guns for air guns. Do I like to shoot my air guns? Yes, I do. Do I like to shoot my air guns as much as I like to shoot my real guns? Nah, sorry, don't. But they are an invaluable aid to me in learning how to, in improving my shooting skills and helping me to enjoy shooting sports. But anyway, this is a Beeman dual caliber air rifle. Break barrel action. That means that in order to cock it, you break the barrel down, open like this. Load your pellet up in here up at the top, at the end of the barrel, fold it back shut, and release the safety, and you're ready to shoot. When I first bought this gun, I bought it used. I believe I paid $75 for it. I think you can get it anywhere from $125 to $150. I think it's around $125, $130 at Walmart. I bought this one used. Don't know how old it was, don't know how much use it had gotten. I paid about half price for it, carried it home. First thing I did was remove this scope, which comes with it. I'll get to that in a minute. So I could try to set up what I call the iron sights. I'll get to those in a minute as well. They're actually, part of them is plastic, but they work great. But when I first got it and first started shooting it, I said, this has got to be the biggest piece of crap that's ever been made. Had these rear sights here cranked up as high as they would go, and I was still shooting way low. So I'm like, this is just a piece of junk. Then I realized two things. I went to change the barrel to try the barrels, and I noticed that I'll show you this also in a minute. There's a set screw right here, a hex head set screw right here that you unscrew or loosen, pull the barrel out, insert the other barrel in, then tighten it back down. I noticed it was really loose. Also, I noticed that if you're not careful when you cock this gun, I don't know about these guns because I'm not an air gun aficionado by any means. I know very little about them. But anyway, when I pushed it back up, if you're not careful, you'll leave it slightly cocked down. If you're not really careful when you push it up, and make sure you've got it seated well. And that was, I think, the real problem. As you can see, it's cocked down, and I can push it up just a little more, and that would have made it shoot way off. Because once I discovered those two things and concentrated on making sure those two things were as they were supposed to be, I think I had no more problems with it. This is a very accurate gun. But anyway, glad I found those two things out, because I came real close to posting a video trashing this thing. But anyway, let me pull the camera off the tripod there so I can give you a little bit closer look and explain some of the features and some of the stuff that I like and don't like about it. Give me just a sec, and don't mind the shaking. Sorry about that. Alright, like I said, it's a dual caliber air rifle. It comes with 2 barrels, the one that's on it and the other one you see. Also comes with that scope you see up there. It's a Beeman dual caliber. One barrel is 177 or 17 caliber pellet. The other is a 22 caliber pellet. That's the one that's on it right now. I'll show you the sights. The same sight is on both barrels. I hope you can see it good. It's a really nice shielded fiber optic front sight, fixed sight, no adjustment to it. It's got a really nice blue finish on the barrel and on the receiver and all that kind of good stuff. It's got also some really nice, easily adjustable fiber optic rear sights. I can't really give you a sight picture because I've got a scope on there right now, so I can't really line that up for you. You got your windage and elevation, really large, easily, no tools required adjustments. And like I said, once I figured out what the crap I was doing wrong, I find them to be really accurate and really nice. The scope you see on it is an NC Star scope that I put on there. Is one I used to have on my AR-15. I did not like the scope that came with it and that was on it, so I took it off, put this one on. Down here and inside the trigger guard is your safety, manual safety. You push it forward to shoot the gun, reach up here and pull it back, put it back on safe. As you can see, it's got a really pretty nice, looks like maybe walnut or something, excuse me, stock. It's got a nice rubber butt pad on it. Excuse me, to give you the, I guess the cons of the gun are obviously the problem that you might have with the barrel, cocking it back up, having to make really sure that you push the barrel back up good so it'll shoot accurately. The set screw, so I told you I'd show you that. You can see that big set screw right there. That's how you change barrels. You simply loosen that screw, or set screw, and pull the barrel out, push the other one in. It's got line up arrows or marks so it makes it easy for you to do. Tighten that screw down. And like I said, it has a tendency to work loose, so I recommend that you put a little bit of, just a touch of blue Loctite on it when you screw it in, just to hold it in place, but you'll still be able to break it loose easily when you want to change the barrel. It takes only a second or two to change the barrel. The scope that comes with it, it's a nice looking scope, and like I said, I bought this gun used, so all the stuff you've heard me say against it may actually be due to wear. I don't know. I can't say because it's not a new gun. If it was a brand new gun, I might not have any of these problems. What I don't like about this scope, it's a full power scope, but the focus ring does nothing. I cannot get it to focus, so I took it off and put that other scope on there. That's really the only things I dislike about the gun. The stuff I like about it, I like the way it looks, I like the weight of it, I like the way it feels, I like the accuracy. I like the fact that it's dual caliber and it's easy to change the barrel. It actually has a bit of recoil, about what you would expect from a .22 caliber rifle. The sights are nice. They're kind of, they're plastic, but hey, they work. At least the back one is plastic. The front one, I do believe, is mostly metal. This part right here is plastic, but the post itself and the shield on it is metal. The scope, I like the fact that it's easy to mount a scope on it. It takes the smaller mount, though, the one that's made for air rifles, not the regular. I'm not sure what size, but it's narrower. The part up here is narrower than it is on a standard rifle or handgun scope for real guns. Now, let me say one more thing about this stuff. A couple of disclaimers. I am not a good shooter. I've never claimed to be a good shooter in any of my videos, but I do enjoy it. I love it to death, and I have fun with it, and I do okay. I'm not a bad shooter. I'm never going to be in any competitions, let's put it that way. So I can only speak to the accuracy as far as my abilities go. And also, I want you to know that I am not an air gun aficionado. I'm not well versed on air guns. I've got two CO2 pistols that I use for defensive training and for target training, and I can do it right here in my shop or right in my backyard. I've got a couple of air rifles, including this one, that I enjoy shooting, and I can do it right here at home. It makes it so that the days I can't go to the range, I can still shoot. That's the thing I really like about these guys. But anyway, those two disclaimers aside, I recommend this gun, and maybe the fact that I'm not an air gun aficionado makes me an even better person to give you a review on them. because I'm not biased to any particular brand of air gun or any company that makes them. I know how to shoot, and they all shoot the same, whether it's an air gun or a rifle or a handgun. Uh, but anyway, I like the gun. I highly recommend it. If you're looking at an air gun that's reasonably priced, it'll allow you to shoot more frequently and be able to shoot right in your own backyard. I recommend it. But anyway, the Beeman dual caliber uh, 17 caliber or 177 caliber and 22 caliber break action air rifle. Uh, Very reasonably priced gun. I highly recommend it. And until the next time around, this is Donnie D, and I'll see you later. Bye.